Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a group of gold coins to show to you graded by NNC, National Numismatic Certification. And I want you to know right away that if you're dealing with NNC, just think of no coin. Don't buy these coins in the grades that they have them listed. And we're going to look a little closer and see, kind of what we're talking about here on this coin. We'll start with this 1913 2.5. Which is not a bad coin. It has a little bit of luster to it still in the fields. We'll look at the back of this coin here. Hard to see, by the way, because it's got this big foam rim, so it's like, where's the coin? It's kind of hidden up in there. But the coin itself is a nice coin on this one. It's probably a really nice AU. You got to try to get the luster on these 2.5 Indians to figure out what the grade is. Mint state 64. All right, so someone was optimistic, right? So next we got this 1853, and it's got kind of a little bit of a scrape mark. I don't know what that mark is. Maybe it's not a scrape mark down by the bottom stars, and they're going to be hard to see through the foam rim. But it's a coin also it's a nice looking coin, and it's probably a nice AU. Not a mint state 62. So if you buy coins and holders like these, you're probably going to find a dealer is going to want to just buy them basically as raw coins. One of the things I want to show you on this is this 1913 $5 gold piece. All right, so it's a decent coin. You've got luster all throughout the headdress and onto the face. You've got that real nice luster to it. One of the things I want to show you is what's sneaky on these coins. Some of these $5 gold pieces have the world's faintest mint mark. And I'm going to see, I don't even know if I can get the angle because of this foam here. It's like impossible to even see. Okay. Whoop. Okay, so right where the foam is, man, right where the arrows point to, there's a mint mark there. It looks just like a piece of stuck something. A little J, that's an S. This is a 10S, a little bit better date, and this coin is actually the first one I think that's graded pretty close because they called it an AU58, and it's a pretty decent looking coin. And you're going to compare that to this next one here from 1910. And a coin that has no real luster to it on the fields, and you've got a little bit of luster left in the Indian, not as much in the headdress as the last coin. It's got some schmutz up there. Very flatly struck on the reverse. It does have a little bit of luster in the eagle's head, and the field has a lot of marks to it. Also, this coin, if you look to the left of the arrows, we're going to look a little closer. Some of these mint marks are nearly impossible to see because they're against the rim and they're almost invisible. Once again, there is a mint mark there. And it just looks like a blob. You can just kind of barely make it out. So this 10S they called a mint state 60. Which is definitely not a mint state coin. All right, next up we've got this fun 2.5. I love the early dates on these guys because they have these really fun, funky, chiseled dates on them. I love the dates on these guys. So this coin is bright and reflective, and I'm quite certain that no matter what, I'm pretty certain no matter what, if you sent this coin into NGC or PCGS, they would end up calling it cleaned. What's fun is you got that big fat D above the other D there. This is the opposite of the mint marks on those 5 Indians, where they put the D, they just kind of stuck it. They didn't even have room for it. They're like, here, let's throw that. The D actually overlaps, part of the design element, which is one of my favorite things about these early mint. So this is not the Denver mint. For those of you who are new, this is the Dahlonega mint. and I'm going to call it Dahlonega until someone else says otherwise, and then I'll probably still call it Dahlonega. AU58. So this coin actually is relatively high grade. It is probably an AU grade, but it would be net graded. The reverse looks actually pretty original, but the obverse is very, very bright and just looks like somebody had cleaned it. Next up, again, we're going to look at a very highly chiseled date. These big, fat, funky 1844. And this coin probably was like over dipped or something. Actually, I'm getting a little bit of the plastic there. But this coin also is a little bright. Now, sometimes they're forgiving on early gold. You know, because I don't know. I just wish that they were more consistent with all of it, right? As far as what they call cleaned and not cleaned. We're going to look again closer at this guy and see again, you got a high grade coin, lots of detail, and there's that D mint mark. They had more room on the 5s to put the D in there. So also a very neat coin, also an AU coin. They called this an AU. And once again, now this, between the two of them, you know, if I had to say it, you definitely want to net grade the one on the right, the 2.5. But the one on the left, it's just kind of questionable. You know, like a lot of that early gold, that little proof-like field that you see is original, and it's pretty neat. So somebody probably bought these from an investment company, because rarely do you see early gold coins with mint marks, the Dahlonega mint mark. And then we have another big 1843. This is another $5 gold piece. This one, also these early coins are hard to grade because some of the strikes are so flat that it can be very difficult. Very difficult. Now this has a C, which I think is probably my average in grade school, but you know, this is the Charlotte mint. So it's not a Carson City mint that lost one of the C's. That is from the Charlotte mint. So early gold from the Dahlonega and Charlotte mints are very scarce, very hard to come by. And so to see them in this off-brand company, AU55, the ironic part about these coins here is that, you know, these pretty rare date coins are actually relatively close in grade, but, you know, some of these other ones are all the smaller coins, the Indians and this Liberty, you know, little $1 Liberty are way off. So these are coins that, you know, I'll probably just go ahead and send in to PCGS and get them certified because they're easier to sell that way, and you want to avoid any type of counterfeits. We'll take a closer look at those and see what they are. So NNC, no coin. Don't buy from NNC unless somehow you think you can get just a smoking deal on a coin. You know, if you're one of those guys that's a real professional and you know what you're doing. But I would not recommend, if you're buying coins and NNC holders, you're probably paying too much. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.